Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Night Terror's Phantoms, which is a BattleTech Heavy Metal career mode. So we're very excited about continuing this series. So please continue to subscribe to our channels, either Commando Gaming or BattleTech Battles. Wherever you found this video, please subscribe and hit the bell so you can get our next episodes. We're trying to push through and do as many hours of gameplay as possible within a reasonable period of time. So we're taking off right from our last video. So if you didn't see Night Terror Phantoms episode 1, please check that out because we're just going to dive right back in. We want to grind out as many missions as possible at this point. So we're going to do a recovery mission here. We're going to swap out that Irby for that Cicada. And we're just going to deploy. Now, recovery missions are interesting because basically you could just push through with one mech, quickly pick up what you need, and then succeed in the mission if you weren't interested in getting salvage. So you always have that option if you're up against an enemy that looks a little too daunting. Like let's just say for possibilities, right? It's not going to happen, but let's say we did this mission with the mechs that we have, and there's 4 atlases that are in between us and the objective. So realistically, there's really no way that my Lance is currently designed, could take on 4 atlases. There's just no way. We would get torn apart. So what you could do is you could take 3 of your mechs and try to distract the atlases, and then maybe use your fastest mech and see if it can slip around and achieve the objective. So there's ways around it, but of course we want to maximize salvage. So we're definitely going to do that. Okay, so this map, historically, you go to the target zone over here, and then you can fall back to the target zone here, and you can achieve the secondary objective. Usually there's some opponents over here, and sometimes some reinforcements come from over here. Again, I'm just trying to tell you how historically I would have played this map. But as we've already seen, the developers with this DLC, or actually with the 1.8 update, which came out as part of this DLC, have openly said, we're going to change a lot of the scripts for these missions, so you're not always going to know what you're going to get in the mission, just to make things more interesting. So far, I've seen multiple examples of this taking place, and it's made for much more exciting gameplay, which was their goal. So, alright, so in this case, the hostiles were about where I expected them to be, which isn't a bad thing. It just is what it is. Oh, we've got hostiles over there. So I think what's happening here is we're going to have either the enemies are split, or we're going to have 2 groups of 4. I think it's split here. So let's move up carefully, see if we can figure out what is at each location. I don't want to divide my forces here. That's usually a recipe for disaster. Right, so we got a commando against a commando. We could probably handle that. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to keep our forces together here. We'll just do some LRMs here. Hopefully we can take some evasion off. That was the primary goal there, which we did.
Waiting for orders.
Let's see. Enforcer really doesn't have a shot, so we'll just sprint him up here because I want to keep my mechs together. Alright, we got our cicada. So we'll keep, since we've already taken evasion off this commando, we might as well keep working off this. Bad hit percentages there. But that was a long range shot for a medium laser against a moving target. So not too surprising there. Alright, we got, looks like we got LRM-5 coming from the other target zone. We'll deal with that one problem at a time. We can get vision on the second target here. And we got a Panther. So we'll keep working on this commando at this point. That Panther's probably... Oh, the Panther moved into a spore cloud while attacking my cicada. Not too happy about that. And the commando moved into the spore cloud. Ooh, and my cicada is in bad shape here. Alright, so
Commander?
we need to move up, take advantage of the fact that these enemies are in this spore cloud. Fortunately, the hit percentages is not that great, but we're gonna have to roll. Oh, we got a stray shot on that Panther, and we took out his PPC. So that is very lucky. So we're gonna move up our Centurion here. If we can get a shot on this Panther, we can. That was really good luck that we took out that Panther's PPC. In fact, since we did that, I'm going to take this shot on the commando here, because the commando actually has the most dangerous weapon with its large laser, and it's probably closest to being destroyed. That didn't work out quite like I hoped it would. Alright, I still have my cicada here. Now, does my cicada have its weapons? It does. So it didn't lose any weapons, even though it lost an arm. So we're actually going to do a precision strike with the cicada right on that center torso. Can we finish him off? No, we got an injury though. Not too bad. Alright, the enemy's not going after the cicada, which I thought it would. Generally speaking, the enemy always goes after your most damaged mech. So let's move up our commando here. And what I want to do is hopefully finish off this enemy commando. There we go.
Enemy down.
Alright, we got a couple. Luckily we took out the PPC of that Panther. So the Locust is coming in. That's who was shooting those LRMs at us. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to take our cicada, since it has significant damage, we'll make it the mech that we use to do the pickup for the artist. And while it's there, it might as well shoot this Panther in the back. Forward here because we want to finish off this Panther. Not the best success rate there. Hopefully our friendly enforcer here can do some significant damage on that Panther. Panther's probably going to turn around and target my cicada right now. Or they might go after the commando. Alright, got our asset in hand. So what we can do is we can actually move over our commando here. Keep working on this Panther. Alright, his legs are in bad shape. So hopefully... Oh, he's going to target the Centurion, which is probably the best outcome there.
Receiving you.
Move up our Cicada. And if we can get a targeted strike, precision strike on that leg, didn't work out for us.
Reporting critical hit.
Really hoping we would get that.
Waiting for orders. Ordnance received.
Alright, so we'll do a... can't do precision strike here, so we'll just... Alright, took out that CT.
Hope we can salvage that.
So we'll get some salvage on a Panther. And then we can move up our Centurion here on this over-eager Locust. Start working on the Locust. Alright, there's something over there with an LRM-5.
Yes,
We
Commander.
should have no problem handling that. We'll just keep ganging up on this Locust here. Alright, took out a leg. Locust is going to try to limp away. Should be able to finish off this Locust right here with a rear shot. Not quite.
Commander.
Move up our Cicada. Our Cicada really should be able to finish this guy off at this point.
Locked on.
There we go.
Mech destroyed.
Oh. Alright. So we're up against something of a decent size that has an AC on it.
Rolling.
Alright, we got some oh, it's vehicles. Vehicles, huh? Alright, well, we definitely want to target this Scorpion, which is what shot us with an AC. We'll take that off the field.
One more for the trash. The asset is under fire.
We're going to keep targeting our Cicada.
They've blown past my armor. Standing by.
Standard modus operandi, right? They're always going to go after our most injured mech. Equal hit percentages. We'll take out the Galleon because usually they have some decent firepower to them.
Ready for orders. Heading out. Engaging.
Alright, there goes a vehicle.
Reporting. Enemy vehicle eliminated.
Alright, the only thing we have left is, it looks like, is a striker. So that's shouldn't be too hard to take out a striker on a half skull mission.
Standing by. I'm there.
Enforcer should be able to finish this guy off.
Acknowledge.
There we go.
Reporting. Enemy vehicle removed.
Alright, so that was the last target on the field, so it's going to let us sprint.
Ordnance received. Affirmative.
It's always a good way to find out if you've destroyed everything, if it starts to let you sprint. There we go. Successful mission. Took a little damage to the cicada there. Didn't get a lot of payment, but I think our salvage was pretty we got a little bit of damage on the commando, kind of about the same as before. A little bit of damage on that cicada. We're going to have to make some choices there. We are completing a locust, so that gives us some options. We got a piece of a panther, we got a piece of a commando, and we'll take that AC5. Nice. That AC5 is good because for its tonnage, I really like to use AC5s more than I like to use AC10s. So I'll probably be converting that Centurion and that Enforcer to AC5s. It's really just personal preference. I would like to put on an AC5 and then put a couple more medium lasers on so you get more bang for your buck. And also, if you do that, you're not as ammunition dependent as you would be if you had to use that AC. So we got a Locust V put together. So let's take a look at that. All right, so we got a Locust. It's a Locust. 2 machine guns and a medium laser. It's a Scout. Has about the same firepower as our Cicada. Obviously not as much armor. So that gives us another option as we're trying to figure out what we're going to do. And just out of curiosity, how long is it going to take us? It's going to see it's at this level of the game. It's going to take me 4 days to repair that Cicada. Commandos damage is going to take 1 day. The Irby is going to take 1 day. So we want to not do those repairs unless we have to. Now the Cicada, it's got all of its weapons. It doesn't have a lot of firepower anyways. So, and the structural damage is not that bad. So we could probably move forward still using the Cicada. Let's stop into the barracks. We should be able to do some upgrades here.
Commander?
Minor one.
Yes, Commander.
Training confirmed.
Minor.
Standing by. Waiting for orders. Good to go.
Alright. So, now keep in mind, no time has passed at this point. We have not had a situation where we've actually used any of our time. So we've got a escort mission. We've got an ambush convoy. I do not like ambush convoy missions. So we're probably going to do the civilian extraction mission. What we're going to do here is we're going to use the Irby. And the reason I'm going to use the Irby is when we're doing a convoy escort mission, you can always have the Irby be the shepherd, for lack of a better term, of the convoy, right? It's got decent armor, it's got a sizable weapon on it, and you could let the convoy go at the pace of the Irby, which is probably about the speed a convoy would go anyways, and then we can range out with the Centurion, the Enforcer, and the Commando. So that's what we're going to do here. Alright, we're just cruising along again. One thing I really like so far, quite frankly, is the fact that these missions are loading very fast, much faster than the original BattleTech, and slightly faster than the Urban Warfare DLC, which was the latest update. So the game is moving very efficiently, which is great because we can get you if you can get in an extra mission or even 2 an hour, you're gonna cruise through the content in this game so much faster than if in the old days, right? I would literally walk away for 5 or 10 minutes just waiting for a more complex game or mission to load. So I think we're running about 2 minutes to load a mission right now. I think with the last DLC, it was between 3 and 4 minutes, so pretty substantial upgrade here. Alright, so I actually like this map for escorts. So what we want to do is we want to head over here, capture the zone, then we go over to this landing pad over here, and then we fight typically 4 lances along the way. Or not 4, 2. So 8 mechs, that's lots of salvage. One thing that's painful is actually getting over to the first point, because there's 9 times out of 10 there's nothing to fight until we capture the rally point. Now that's the way it used to be, so if the developers changed this mission profile, then we might see something different this time. I gotta move this slow Irby over there. That's the one downside of using the Irby, obviously, for this mission. It's gonna take him a while. Oh, alright, so we got enemy contact before we secure. Now that has happened in the past with this map, maybe 10%, 15% of the time. So it looks like our initial contact is going to be before we hook up with the convoy. So, alright, so we can't just charge forward recklessly. We've got to use some strategy here.
Got something you want done?
So, let's move up our commando so we can get vision, see what we're up against. So we got a spider. That's all I have vision on. So let's we'll go ahead and shoot at this spider. Not great hit percentages, but we did take off some evasion.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, we got our Irby. I'm not even gonna shoot with Irby, number 1, because I need him to sprint. And number 2, there's probably not. He probably wouldn't have a good shot to do some significant damage. So Centurion's probably just gonna, yep, we're gonna shoot our LRM-10s.
Waiting for orders. I'm there.
Alright. And the Enforcer, because that spider's been hit a couple times, it actually has a decent hit percentage chance here, so we'll go ahead and use that. Good hit there with the AC. Alright, we got a striker.
Barely hit, Commander. Ready for orders.
Let's see. we're gonna sprint up the Irby
Affirmative.
just because we need to keep him up with the rest of the team. Oh, looks like that spider's got a. No, it's probably just a machine gun. I thought for a second maybe it had an AC on it, but that would not make sense. Alright. Move up our commando here. Get vision. Oh, we got a scorpion over there, so definitely
Roger that.
want to prioritize getting rid of that scorpion because it probably has an AC on it. Move up our centurion so we can shoot our LRM-20 or LRM-10. Oh, but we'll definitely take this shot with on the Scorpion. 60% chance on the AC-10 and 75% on that LRM-10. All right. Without that cannon doing any serious damage to us, the AC, we took out that Scorpion, which is exactly what you want to do in that situation. Got a galleon, and we're going to take the shot on the galleon here. Oh, can't believe we missed. Striker, just to cause some trouble. Oh, pilot injury, our first pilot injury. And we're actually, what, 5 missions in, 6 missions in? So for us to get a pilot injury at that stage of the game is actually pretty good. I can live with that, especially since we're about to travel. Alright, so we got a 75% chance with this AC-10. We'll take that. And we missed, of course. Should have known better. Should have known that wasn't going to work out.
Orders. On the move.
Alright, let's work on the spider some more with our large laser. Comes our galleon. Oh, the galleon does not have a large laser. Looks like it just has a medium. You always want to try to keep in mind what your target has on it. So if the hit percentages are close, you want to target the vehicle, the item that has the heavier weapons, obviously. So always know what your opponent is shooting at you. Keep working on our that spider here.
I'm here.
Our enforcer. I don't want to keep using his AC ammo. So let's just try the large laser here on that galleon. Should be able to pop it if we get a good hit. There we go. Target off the field.
Reporting.
And AC ammo saved. Probably need to get some more AC ammo in on that enforcer so it can stay in the fight a little longer.
Waiting for orders.
Alright.
Moving to position. Locking in all systems. I think I
Good work on that spider.
receiving you.
Alright. Irby. take the AC shot there. That striker should have popped.
Yes, Commander.
With a shot from an AC-5, that should have finished off
Location confirmed.
that striker. Let's see if we can finish it off now. No, that striker is ridiculously a hard target. Multi-target here. Oh, that was a waste. That was a waste. Should have hit on something. Oh, and another head injury. This is always the way it works out, right? You're starting to get on a roll, and then you get some head injuries, and the next thing you know, you're in a bad place. Take that striker. Oh, that striker must have some adamantium or something. I mean, I've hit it way too many times for it not to pop. Considering it is a this is absurd.
Location confirmed.
Just out of principle, I'm gonna hit it here with the AC. Oh my, look at that striker! It's been hit multiple times with heavy weapons. That must be a glitch. I don't see how that could be. Like, that should not happen. Alright, we definitely don't want to overheat here. And probably just take off the ACs. Finally, that vehicle goes down. That striker was a beast.
Reading you.
Finish off the spider finally.
Target locked on enemy 6.
Oh, come on. Oh, great. So our convoy has spawned.
Standing by.
We
Moving out.
need to get to the point where we can support our convoy here.
Acknowledged.
Alright, there goes a knockdown on that spider. Tell me he's incapacitated. Alright. Thank goodness. Because we have to catch up with our convoy. Because our convoy is way ahead of us already. Now, fortunately, we can sprint. Because we got some ground to cover, boy. Looks like that convoy is not waiting for its escort. Nope, it is not. I wonder if they changed the mechanics. Or, I guess theoretically we're close enough that it
Acknowledged.
just wanted to proceed with the mission. Like, they're like, I'm not waiting for that escort.
Order received.
We don't need no stinking escort.
Yes, Commander. Move order received.
At some point, we should have a second enemy lance merging. That can't be it. I would be shocked if there's no enemy reinforcements on this mission. Shocked, I tell you. Shocked.
I copy.
Although I've already have 2 head injuries, so at this point I wouldn't mind if this mission just got completed. Because we're already unfortunately going to have to move to B team as far as our pilots,
Roger that.
which I do not like. I do not like them. Sam I am.
Locking in coordinates.
Alright, just about now is when they'll say, hey, we've got enemy reinforcements. They're on our scanners.
Location confirmed.
Move order received. Roger.
Although again, with the injuries I've gotten right now, I would be happy if
Order acknowledged.
there was not enemy reinforcements. Normally I'd be like, no, we need more salvage. But at this point, there we go. There's the reinforcements. Alright, so we got 3 vehicles and maybe a panther?
You're in position, Commander. Hold
Is
your
that a
ground.
panther? Yeah,
Package is on its
panther.
way.
3 vehicles and a panther. Which normally I would be all for those reinforcements showing up because that just means we got some sweet reinforcements coming in. I mean, some sweet salvage, but
Standing by.
I've already got
I get you. On the move.
some serious injuries here. So let's see. We got a scorpion, striker, and a galleon. So we're gonna see if we can't take out this scorpion before that AC comes into play. There we go.
One more trash.
Definitely the. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. The Panther's PPC is definitely gonna give you damage, but not like that
Targeting for an alpha strike.
AC could. So we'll focus on the Panther. Move everybody up here. Hey, Panther. Ooh, all right, we took off that PPC for the Panther. We should have enough salvage after this mission to have a Panther.
I'm
How
here.
do you like that? How do you like me now? We're gonna have a Panther. Yeah, if we can hit the darn thing.
That's a miss.
Yeah, that is a miss. You are going now. They could argue that, hey, I have a head injury, so of course I missed. That's just because I have a head injury. Really? That's all it is. Alright, so we've got a precision strike to spare, so let's see if we can finish off this Panther. Nice.
Tango down.
Very nice shot.
Receiving you.
So now we can focus on these last 2 vehicles. Got some good rear shots here.
Affirmative.
There goes that vehicle.
One for the scrappy.
Alright. Now all we have left.
Engaging target.
There we go.
Vehicle down.
Alright, so we just need the last of these vehicles to get onto that drop ship. Make sure everybody is nice and close so they feel comfortable moving to the drop ship.
Moving out. Acknowledged.
Yeah, baby. There we go. So now we basically just have to brace. And there we go. Objective complete. New Panther added to the mix.
Mission successful.
Alright, now we're going to have a Panther. Alright, we got 30,000 in C-bills. About the same amount of damage to our mechs as when we started. I'm going to put together a Panther. Yeah, we can put together a Spider. But watch this. So we're going to put the Spider part back. We're going to take the two ACs and AC5s, and hopefully we'll still get the Spider part. Oh yeah, I like the Macho Man.
That mech is ready to fight, Commander.
Alright, so we got a Panther,
It's cleared for fighting.
and we've got a Spider. So, now we got some choices to make. So what we can do, we're definitely going to scrap the Irby. Well, you know what? We're not going to do that. So we're going to send these to storage. I'll show you why. Send to storage. Here's why. Because if I refit if I repair the Irby, it takes 1 day. If I repair the Commando, it takes 1 day. But now that I put those in storage, it would take really 2 days to get them operational. So, that's okay. I got a plan. I've got a plan. So we'll come back in the next mission and our next video, and I'll show you what my plan is going to be to how to address that. Again, another short video because we're just trying to get these in where I can. But later on this evening, we're going to have a full extended mission video, multiple hours. So please tune in for that. So please subscribe to Commando Gaming and BattleTech Battles for the next edition of Night Terror Phantoms, which will be coming to you shortly. Talk to you soon.